YouTube, it's your Lee, and I am finally back with another video.
Where you been?
I know y'all probably like, Ashanti, where have you been? What have you been doing? What's been going on? We ain't seen you, this and the third. I have had a lot go on. Life took a turn on me. Like, last time y'all seen me, I was in high school. I had cut my hair. As y'all see, I got locks now. I'm not in high school no more. I graduated. I'm 21 years old now. Like, we're in 2023. Like, last time I posted was probably like 2 years ago. But tonight's video that I'm coming back with is a slight night routine, like what I do by myself, because if y'all don't know, I have a child.
I was home with my kid, mommy.
I have a son, and I currently just put him down to sleep. Y'all know with kids, like, you put them down, you walk away, and they decide to get back up because they know they're not in your arms. So yeah, I'm kind of time limited with this. So what, I done put my son down already. I already got my clothes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop in the shower, and when I hop out, y'all can just see me like wind down a little bit, like wash off my face with my products or whatever. I don't really use that many products on my face anyway. My locks, I don't really do much to them. I just two-strand twisted them because my new growth was something crazy. Something crazy, y'all. It was something crazy. Did a little two-strand twist all over my head or whatever. I'm about to hop in the shower, and then when I hop out, I'll get back with y'all. Y'all, I always have to go and check on my son because dude be waking up out his sleep.
Hello, motherfucker.
Okay, y'all, I got on my handy dandy robe. Don't do too much. If y'all hear anything in the background, like talking or anything, I'm gonna be watching a YouTube video on my laptop because, yeah, and y'all gonna hear my ear running, so yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna brush my teeth, and then I'm gonna get into my face products that I use. Like I said, I think I said it earlier, I don't use that many different face products because I have very sensitive skin. But you're gonna brush your teeth and watch. I don't know if y'all know YouTubers called Dochi and Nisha, but I watch them. I watch Xavier and Big Homie Block. And that. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so what I am gonna use is, usually I use my BR Witch Hazel or whatever. Well, I use this Mary Kay Time Wise age minimizer, but I'm not using that because my skin looks okay. Like, I don't feel like under my eyes is gonna be dark or look tired because my son keeps me up. Tonight I feel like I just want to use this mask. That'll give me a little bit more time to like do the story time, because I'm gonna do a story time for you guys. I'm gonna do a story time on how I found out that I was pregnant.
Oh my God! Wow!
Story time. Got the story time. How I found out I was pregnant. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So, we're not going all into depth on who my baby father is. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But yeah, I was dealing with my baby daddy. And yeah, I had been dealing with him since 2020. I had met him when I was in college or whatever. Met him while I was in college. And real chill dude, of course. Like, that's how it starts off always, right? Real chill, like, vibes is on 10. Like, it's like, I met you before.
It started when we were younger, you were my boo.
Like, I met you before. It's like, we've been here together before. Like, what? Like, we was vibing. It was like that. But yeah, it was rocky. It got rocky within the time being or whatever. Really, y'all, like, if y'all want to know a little bit more, like, we have to do a Q&A. We have to do a Q&A. Y'all will have to ask me some questions that y'all really want to know about. And I might be messy enough to go into depth about it. But then again, I might not be messy. You never know. You never know. But anyways, a lot of stuff happened between us. But then, you know, I was still kicking it by his side. You know, whatever. Like that. And then it got to where we was about to, you know, cut it with each other. Gonna leave each other alone, and then, okay, you guys, let's get into it. Let's really get into it, because sometimes it's hard for me to multitask, but let's really get into it. So, you know how people get pregnant. That was going on or whatever. So I was on birth control pills. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing about it. I was on birth control pills. And don't mind my robe. Yes, it's wet. But I was on birth control pills, y'all. And, hold on. Okay, enough of interruptions. I was on birth control pills. But I was on birth control pills when I was in high school or whatever. So, you know. But you know, with birth control pills, you have to take them every single day. And they say you have to take them on at the same time, like every day at the same time, like but I mean, I wasn't doing that, and I had been safe way before I had met my baby daddy. Like, way before I had met him, I was safe. Like, I didn't have to take it at the same time every day, but I, you know, take it, you know, I was taking it or whatever. So it got to a point where your girl was forgetting to take them sometimes. But whenever I would remember to take my pill, I would go back and take the ones that I had missed. Well, not like, say for instance, I had missed like 2 or 3. I wouldn't take 2 or 3. I would probably take 2. But, you know, I will forget sometimes. It was hard to remember them pills sometimes. Because I mean, of course, it was like an important thing so I wouldn't get pregnant, you know. But it was like I would forget to take it. So, anyways, and even though I would forget to take them and I would go back, like, I wasn't getting pregnant because I was like, okay, my pills is catching up with me. I'm good. Like, even though I be missing pills, still my medicine be looking out for the cookout, and God be looking out for the cookout. They be like, oh, no, we gonna cut it. We gonna kick in real quick, you know. So I was like, okay, it be kicking in. Like, I'm good. I said I was taking my pills or whatever. I was taking my pills, and one day, I ain't even gonna cap. One time, I ended up taking a pregnancy test because I was like, okay, my period hasn't come. Like, my cycle hasn't come yet. And I was like, okay, maybe I just need to give it a couple of days because, you know, my birth control, the way I was taking it, it was going to be irregular or whatever. So I'm like, okay. I had ended up taking a test and it had came out negative. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm in the clear. Like, my cycle going to come. So it ended up coming. I had got a cycle. So then when I got my cycle, and me and my baby daddy, we had actually said something about that. He was like, yo, you got your cycle, so you good? I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. And I don't know why that conversation had popped up between us, why we had even mentioned. I can't even really remember, but that was said between us. So I thought I was in the clear, you know, I thought I was good.
Gotcha, bitch.
So then it came to a point where I was thinking, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in the clear or whatever. saying I'm in the clear. So then I was like, okay, cycle had passed or whatever. It was time for my next cycle to come up or whatever, yada yada yada. And it didn't come. It didn't come. Like I had like realized that I was like really tired. I was really tired. I got really tired. And what other signs did I realize? I'm trying to think of other signs that I had realized. I was sleeping a lot, and when I would drink alcohol, I would throw it up. And that's the biggest thing that I peeped. That's the biggest thing that I had peeped. Because one night we was drinking. One time he had made these like slushy things or whatever. And we was drinking. And I ended up throwing it up. Like later on I ended up throwing it up. So I'm like, what the hell? Like maybe my stomach just weak because I haven't been drinking. Like I haven't been drinking. So I was like, maybe my stomach just weak now because I haven't really drank since, you know, back a couple years or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, maybe that's why my stomach just weak, yada yada yada. So that was the main thing that stuck out to me. Like, oh yeah, like I threw up my alcohol, and I don't usually throw up my alcohol. So yeah, I'm not doing much to my face. I got my Vaseline. My phone is sitting on the Vaseline, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. We're going. Ooh. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. Anyways, Vaseline. I could not drink. Threw up my alcohol. So then, once I peeped, I threw up my alcohol. I was like, something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but something ain't right. But it wasn't giving pregnant. It wasn't clicking pregnant. It wasn't giving pregnant. I was just like, something ain't right, but I don't know what it is, you know. But it never gave pregnant. So it was around the time that my period was supposed to come, and my period didn't come. And so when my period didn't come, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give it a couple more days. If it don't hit, then something gotta give. Couple days went by and it didn't hit, and I was like, okay, you know, I was working with my best friend, her name's China. You know, I had that next morning I texted her and I was like, hey, I need to come to your house today after work. You know, after we get off work, I need to talk to you about something. And you know the first thing she said to me? Bitch, is you pregnant?
Nigga who? Not this nigga him.
Hold up, wait a minute. Because how you know before I do? Like, what? Like, how you know before I do? But I wasn't for sure, but I was just like, I don't know, but my period ain't came. So she's like, oh yeah, when we get off work, we take a pregnancy test. Straight like that. So I'm like, alright, so, you know, they go by, we get off work, I go get a pregnancy test or whatever. And she is excited. She is ecstatic. Like, she's like, okay, you about to take this pregnancy test as soon as we get in the house this and third. And I'm like, I can't even pee. Like, I can't pee right now. Like, mom going crazy. I start laughing. Because I'm like, you know, it probably ain't so. It ain't so. Because, you know, I done dodged the bullet. I done been dodging the bullet. I've been little Kimming out here. So I'm like, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to it. You know, I'll go ahead and take it. So I give myself a couple minutes. Then I'm like, okay, I can pee. I go take it. Go upstairs. I pee. Pee on the stick. Whatever. Don't do too much by my hair. But anyways, I go upstairs. I pee. I leave it there. I automatically walk out. I'm like, okay, I peed on it. Go back downstairs. With my best friend, I'm like, okay, I peed on it. She's like, okay, we're going to give it 10, 15 minutes. Those 10 to 15 minutes, I swear they went by within 2 minutes. Because it was already time, and my best friend like, oh, Timer going off. Let's go upstairs, go look at this test. I'm like, okay. All right. So we go up there, we marching up there. She was recording. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, nah, it probably ain't even gonna say. In my head, I'm like, I'm chill, but then I'm like, cause I know, like, like once that period done skipped a week, you're in the danger zone. You're in the red zone at that point. At that point, you basically know that you're pregnant, but you don't know that you're pregnant, but you know that you're pregnant. So that's how I was. I was like, the 9, I was like, 9, you know, I'm not. So, boom. She recording. We flipped that test. Baby. I'm going to insert a clip of a picture of it. Of the test. Baby. Why that thing had 2 lines on it? Clear as day. Won't no fade in that. Baby, it was showing 2 lines, 2 dark lines. 2 dark lines. Won't no fade in that. There was no maybe in it. It was yes. All I could do was mouth was just dropped. Like, mouth was just dropped. Didn't know what to say. Was stunned. Bombastic side eye. Criminal defensive side eye. Because, hold on, y'all. Let me go check on my phone. Anyways, there was 2 lines up there. And I didn't even cry, y'all. My mouth, I was just shocked. I was like, oh, like, this how I feel. Like, you know how you be watching girls on, like, YouTube or, like, just social media, period. And they be like, oh, they found out that they're pregnant. But when you in the shoes, you like, I was shook. I was shocked. I couldn't even. I just started laughing. Honestly, I didn't cry or nothing. I just started laughing. And my best friend like, Leah, like, you pregnant? I'm like, I see. I really didn't cry until, like, I sat down for a second. I shed a couple tears. It wasn't nothing crazy. I shed a couple tears. Yeah, I was really shocked more than like scared, cause I mean, that's what happens when you're having sex. But that's what happens when you're doing grown up things. But I just wasn't expecting it so soon to happen. So yeah. I didn't really cry until, like, after I went downstairs, I settled, and I was like, dang, I'm really pregnant. Like, I'm really pregnant. And then I kind of shed a tear a little bit, because the only thing I was really thinking about was my mom. I was thinking about my mom. But besides that, I didn't really cry about it. I didn't really tell my mom until maybe, like, a couple weeks after finding out, because I was like, nah, I ain't even gonna tell her, because I was living 2 hours away from her, 2 hours and 30 minutes away from her at that time. So I was like, nah, I ain't even gonna tell her, because I was not trying to hear what she had to say, because you know how black parents is sometimes, but they're gonna be supportive at the end of the day. Like, and for people who don't have, like, supportive people when they're going through something like that, prayers to y'all, you know. I hope you found some type of support somewhere, you know. But, you know, I have, you know, anyways. But yeah, it was, and then I finally let my mom know. I was like, hey, I'm pregnant. I hated to let her know, but I was so hurt. Like, my best friend's mom called my mom, and she explained it to her that I was pregnant. And my mom was like, I thought she was gonna be mad, but she was not mad. She wasn't mad. She was like, oh, I'm not mad. It's actually a blessing, yada, yada, yada. That's what they say. That's what they say, you know. And children are blessings, but, as you know, that's the reaction she had gave. She wasn't mad at me or whatever. But, yeah. Finding out I was pregnant, I was not scared. I was just mainly shocked. I took my pregnancy test at my best friend's house, because I suspected it. So ladies, if you're sleeping too, if you know, first of all, if you know you're doing the do, if you're not on birth control, you know you're doing the do raw, and you suspect that you're pregnant, you probably is. So yeah, go get a test. If you're sleeping a lot, if you miss your period, sometimes you can have a period while pregnant, so you gotta be cautious of that or whatever. But yeah, those were my signs. I was just sleeping a lot. I didn't even peep sleeping a lot. Honestly, I didn't peep it until like after I found out I was pregnant. I was like, I was sleeping a lot and I was really tired. So yeah, I was just sleeping a lot, and then I don't know if my emotions was up and out the roof. They might have been up and out the roof, honestly. But yeah. And what else? What? Just sleeping a lot, emotions, missed period, and yeah. So that was the story time of me finding out that I was pregnant with my son, Jairus. And yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to know anything else, like if you want to know, like I said, I had put up a poll or whatever on Instagram, and I had asked a couple people on Snapchat and stuff. I made a little post on Snapchat, and I was like, hey, you guys, should I do a story time on how I found out I was pregnant, or should I do a Q&A on being a first-time mom? And most people were saying story time on how I found out I was pregnant. So this is my little story time. It may not have been so interesting, like so crazy or whatever, but I mean, it's just finding out how I found out I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant because, you know, I had missed a couple things, and then this happened, and then took my test, and then I found out I was pregnant. So yeah, you guys, if y'all want to see any more videos, just let me know what kind of videos y'all want to see on my channel, because I'm gonna be doing all types of stuff. Like, I'll probably do pranks on my mom, I'll probably do vlogs, I'll probably do chit chats, I'll probably do venting. Who knows what I'm gonna do on this channel, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on my free time, because I mean, why not? Like, I'm going to school, I'm doing a 24-hour job with my son, but I am going back to school because I had stopped going to school because I was really sick with him. Y'all can ask me questions on how was my pregnancy, things like that. Just let me know in the comments, or shoot me, DM me on Snapchat or on Instagram, and let me know what kind of videos y'all want to see. It feels good to get back into it in front of the camera or whatever, because I be bored. I don't be knowing what to do. I be feeling like I'm going crazy up in the house and inside four walls just watching YouTube. I'd be like, okay, if I'm watching a YouTube, why not make one? Why not make one? So yeah, it's good to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of my videos, my future videos. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Get to know me, follow my social medias. And yeah, you guys, I love you, and mwah.